Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the new map. Today we're going to give a little bit of shape to these mountains and stuff because the buildings look cool and all, but it just looks weird with this big stony mess next to it, and we need some more grass and overgrown stuff right here. So today I wanted to quickly give it some grass right here and trying to fix up these mountains a little bit so that it looks a lot better, because now it's just, like I said, a big stony mess. Now, where do we actually want to start this? Because this mountain is huge. I don't know if I actually showed you guys the full mountain, but let's actually fly around this whole city towards the mountain part so you see what I'm going to have to do in the end. This will be sort of an industrial area, by the way, now that I'm flying over it anyway. So we have a giant mountain going all the way around. This is only half. Here's the first of two tunnels, which are going to lead out of the city to nothingness. And then this mountain just continues and continues. Big grass fields right here. I want to keep it open, but also put down quite a bit of trees, because this place has been abandoned for quite some time. So we do want to actually put down a good amount of trees. Like it can be quite overgrown. So this is still the same mountain, by the way. It just goes all the way around. It is basically just a mountain range all the way around, and it goes into the ocean over there. So let's go back to the starting point. This is a little park area and lots of skyscrapers. Eventually this is gonna look super cool. Now it's still pretty basic, but yeah, it's gonna change. Now I'm gonna use voxel sniper to give some shape to this, and the first thing I think we should do is start in this corner and kind of make my way out here and also make this nice. Now I had an idea here where this would be the beach, by the way, so that ocean is going to stretch across here. Then we're gonna make that beach also over here and kind of give it a nice line, maybe fix up these rocks a little bit and make sort of a nice porch area here where people can stand and chill, maybe sit. So this could be some sort of bar maybe here. I don't know, just guessing here, because this map is not a recreation of anything. We're just doing this out of the top of our heads and just making whatever looks nice. So maybe we could even make a cool building here that has a nice overview towards the mountain and the ocean and towards this lighthouse. Let's get something started. So I actually already put down my brushes and stuff. Now the commands I used are pretty simple actually. Now I'm going to use voxel list, which is this guy here. If you put /VL, it means voxel list, and whatever you're aiming on is going to add itself to the voxel list. So if I do this, it's going to add 1. I already had 1 in there, so now it's twice. Doesn't really matter. I don't know why that is actually the case. Voxel sniper should just only allow 1 of one type, in my opinion. However, we also need to then do /P and an NM, which means performer, and an include material. So whatever is in the list, in our voxel list, is going to be included. Now, if I right click here, nothing happens. But if I right click there, only the stone gets changed into grass. I already set that up. So you can just do hold shift and then left click this. It's going to set our voxel to grass. Or you can just pick that off of any other block. Doesn't really matter. Now, to begin with, I would say we're going to change everything to grass on the bottom here and even on the bottom of these little bits right here. Now my brush can be pretty big. Let's start just with 10. Let's see how, yeah, that's okay. So let's just go sort of around like this. And it's actually really easy to do, but we must be careful that we don't hit anything of the houses. I don't know, whatever people build in there, it might be made out of stone and then we have some trouble. Now let's not do that. There we go. So nothing here is made out of stone. I can quickly undo it anyway if something does happen. And this already looks so much better with... let's actually check if I don't mess up anything in this cool gas station. Nope. Everything is good. That's nice. Now let's continue this. It looks so much better already if we just plop down some grass. Like, it's so simple, but it has to be done. Now we can do the couple bottom bits here. That doesn't really matter. See, like that. Just go around it a little bit and cover the bottom bits like that. We're going to give this mountain lots more different colors and stuff. It's going to be lots of different blocks. It's going to look nice. It won't be like in GTA where I had like a giant redstone mountain and it would have been there forever. Like, I actually want to have this thing finished before the city finishes, you know. Let's see if I can quickly get that down. Let's see if I didn't mess up anything in here. Don't think so. Nope. Okay, cool. This already is so much cooler in my opinion. And it's going to be grass down here and there. Now this is mostly going to be sand, so let's leave this for now. I do think we should have some grass around this area. Let's quickly fix that up. So let's fill it up. I think a brush size of 10 is actually really good. So there we go. Now let's fill these gaps up. Super simple. like that. We could go bigger in brush size, but it would go faster, but you lose a bit of control. Like, it goes much quicker and faster, but then you can't find the small little gaps, and it won't look that good. Now let's quickly go around this. Actually, like I said, we could go big for the outside areas, but we need to go around these areas here a little bit more careful. There we go. Last couple bits here. This is actually very close to the mountain area. Forgot about that. So this industrial area is super close to that bit right there, which is pretty cool. It's gonna look awesome in the end once this mountain has some texture, and it's gonna look awesome. Let's fill in this stuff, and we were also planning on adding a bunch of stuff in the mountain. So there's going to be trees growing on the side of this too. So it will be not just like a stony mountain with nothingness. It'll be filled with stuff. Now there's also going to be a building, which I don't know yet how it's going to be into this storyline, because this map, like I said, is an adventure map. It's not just a random map that we like to build. Of course, it has to be built first, but then Fortress and Gilly and possibly another guy are going to make some redstone stuff, command block stuff on this and create it into an adventure map. And I'm probably going to help with it myself too, because I like doing the type of stuff. Now, look how cool this already looks. This makes it so much better. I love it. Let's quickly, this was half. That was pretty fast. Let's do that all the way around. Or should we just keep it at, no. No. I'm going to actually do it all the way around. That would be the better thing to do, in my opinion. Let's actually make a nice line around the mountain, include a little bit of the bottom part, which could be overgrown with grass, and then the rest is going to have a cool mountainy texture. Now this could be, for example, just grass, a little bit more. Now I hope you guys like these little bit more chill type of videos instead of the high energy, like how to build videos I've done before. I do kind of like doing these more, because the other ones, they were really stressing me out, and I just didn't know how to keep up with them. I could keep up with them, but it was draining me in a way where I didn't know what to build anymore. Even though there was millions of suggestions, and you guys were amazing for giving me all the suggestions, I just couldn't think of how to build certain stuff. I knew I could do them, it's just that, it's just like, it drained me in a creative way. That's what I was trying to say. Creatively, it was draining me. I didn't know what to build anymore, and that's why I kind of stopped with it and didn't upload for a bit, because I just needed a nice little break. I'm just building with a couple other people on this giant map, and together we're going to turn it into an adventure map, and I want to progress that for you guys on videos, and it should be pretty fun to watch, in my opinion. I would want to see also the command block stuff. I'm going to give you guys also updates on that once that starts, so that won't be for a long time, but once that starts, I will like get into the stuff over there. There's a different server where that's going to be happening. I will jump on once every while, probably in building videos. Just hop on, so it's part of the building videos. Just hop on and give you guys a little update on how that's going. Now we have no idea how long that's going to take, and because it's pretty new for us. Gilly has done some command block stuff before. It was sort of like maps and prototypes, so he should be pretty alright with it. And Fortress is also getting used to it. Now, I don't know how quickly we'd be able to, like, command block an adventure map, because I have really no idea how much goes into it. They have more experience than me. I do like to join them, but they're going to be mostly doing this. And I'm going to be mostly building and just doing, like, maintaining the city, basically. Now, we're all the way almost around. Let's see. Let's fill this quickly up. There we go. I'm not going towards there, because that's a port or a dock, I don't know what you would call it, and Lars is currently building in that, and he told me he doesn't want me to show you guys yet because it's not done. So it's not fully done. It looks awesome. There's a ship, there's cranes, and awesome stuff like cargo, and it looks awesome, but he doesn't want me to show you guys yet, so I will keep that promise and I won't show you guys. Now this is cool. This looks so cool already, even though we didn't do anything basically super hard. It's just adding a bunch of grass towards the bottom, but it looks a lot better already. Now I'm going to go towards that little part I said, so we just did this all the way around, and I'm going to go to the beach area and let's fix that part up. Now I think this here could be grass like that. Could easily be grass. I don't know yet what we're going to build here. Could be just like a grass field of nothingness. That's totally okay. Now let's get into this ocean part, and that should be pretty fun to make. I can tear down this here. I can replace the water, and the dock is over there, by the way, so we just went all the way around, and the dock or the harbor is over there with the ship. I don't know if we're going to reposition this lighthouse and probably also change it up a little bit to make it a little bit more detailed. But that shouldn't be too hard. I can probably do that myself as well. This is not too bad of a lighthouse. It just needs some details. It's pretty basic. I think it was made by Gilly, by the way. Let's see. Can we actually get all the way up? Can we get all the way up? There we go. We're inside of the head. Is there an opening? Yep. Goodbye. So he did make it a little bit broken down. We're going to add a bunch of leaves to it and make it more detailed and put some stuff inside of it and create a nice surrounding area for it too, and give it some support because it couldn't just stand on stone like that. It would need some sort of support. Now let's get going with this ocean floor. I'm going to change up my voxel material into sand, and we could take off the voxel list basically. I think if I just do /P, it will change up my performer. Yep, there we go. So my performer is now off. It won't include or exclude the materials that I put in the list. Now I'm going to set my brush to a disc which is flat, so it's not a ball anymore, but it's a flat disc like that. And we're going to work our way from the bottom over here, which is quite far, and I'm going to get rid of this glass and stuff. It just doesn't look good. So we're going to work our way from here. So this is the below point, and we can actually go pretty big like that, which should be pretty fast. And we can work our way in and start creating layers towards the shore over there. So let's fill this up all the way. And then this eventually will be changed into sandstone, of course, or sand in that case. Now this, I don't know how far or long this is going to go all the way around. I'm just going to make it like that. Like I have a feeling this ocean would sort of go like that. I'm going to just make a nice general shape where we're going to place some water. I don't know how far it actually went. Oh, it's a little bit too far. Doesn't matter. Let's go back like that. There we go. Nicely connected. Now we have to fill this in, and I can even go bigger. So let's go 35. This should be huge like that, but look how freaking quick this is. Actually, this is a good point. I could have replaced this bottom part too. Should I have done that or not? I don't know. Maybe. It might be a problem once we change up the height or the depth of this ocean, but for now let's just change it. I'm going to do it to the parts that I haven't covered yet with sand, and that should be perfectly fine. Last bits over here. It's so satisfying to see everything fill up. It's just something about it. It looks so cool. Let's cross this and then fill this up like that. Okay, cool. And this. Now I actually really like doing this sorts of work. It's very satisfying to watch, and it's just super cool to see everything come together and actually form, because those mountains were all made by voxel balls. I think I spent about 2 hours on them to get to where it's now, and it's still kind of ball-y, if you know what I mean. Like, you see the balls still, especially on this area. Still have to fix that. However, on the main parts here, it doesn't look too bad. I think you don't see the balls as much. You can still see them a little bit, but we'll change that. That voice crack, by the way. Okay, so that was the first layer over there. So we're going to select a new layer, and I clicked on this here, on this bottom part, which creates a nice little disc on that layer. Then we're going to bring this out another part. Let's see how far this will go out. I'm not sure. It's going to go pretty far, as you can see. Up until there. Now, I don't know how this shape kind of goes. It goes, okay, it goes around. So we can sort of follow that pattern. I don't know where I was with the ball. Here we were. So let's bring this around, and it could maybe go like that and go around the mountain a little bit. And then we're going to curve our way back into it like this. And go all the way around, because you won't even be seeing this anyway. Go all the way around until there. Cool. And we can fill this back up. Always the easy part, to just fill it up. It's so much fun. It just looks so satisfying to me. So now we're going to go into layer 3, and each one is going to be much faster than the last one. So let's click this last one. I really do miss Optifine, and I really hope that they update pretty quickly so that I can actually zoom in again and see what I'm aiming at, and just have shaders and have a nice frames per second, and it would be nice. Let's see, let's meet up those lines once again. Should be a nice smooth line like that. Oh god, I messed up. And I triggered this. Oh my god. Right. I don't know how bad this is. We'll see once this actually goes out. I don't know how bad this is. Yeah, just let's leave it for now. It's not too bad. I'm just taking away these discs that I misplaced over there, and now we can do it again. So let's make a nice shape once again. This kind of curved inwards, so I'm going to do it the same thing here. I'm going to go out a little bit for the mountain and then sort of go in like that. Let's see. This is good. There we go. Now, even easier than last time, let's fill it quickly up. There we go. That was easy. And then the last couple bits are going to be a bit more precise. I'm going to change up my brush size a little bit more precise, making it to 20. And then let's get this out until the point of no return. There we go. And let's see where it sort of goes. I'm going to fly up because you get a better overview. And we can go around. I'm going to actually smooth these little dots out. So don't worry about the little dots that are sticking out right now. They will be changed very soon. So this is going to go all the way around like that. There we go. I do actually have to look where the water line is because I want the water to touch this mountain so that the beach is only towards here. Now let's see. This water touches there. So up until this line is the water. Let's follow this line and see where it touches. So all the way around. There we go. Yeah, that would be cool. If the water touches there, that means that nobody could get in the water or walk on the beach towards the edges of this mountain. We're going to block that off. So we can fill this up once again. Maybe just go a little bit bigger and fill it up. Now we're meeting with this stone layout, as you can see. And the next one should be actually meeting up and perfectly smudging it over. Now we can go a little bit smaller once again. And we're finally changing up this stone. So that's ugly stone is going away. That's as far as I can go in right now, I think. Yeah, let's not push it too far. Now let's go out a bit. Now once again do this little outwards motion and just meet up in sort of in the mountain. Doesn't need to go around for this one because the water's going to touch it anyway. You won't see it. Now let's fill it up. And there we go. And then we're going to go into a much more preciser one. So let's do B5 or E. Let's start with 10. I don't know if 5 is going to be way too small. Oh, this is okay. I'm going to go with this for now. That's going to go around. We'll manually fix up that part over there. Actually, that's not too bad. It's not too bad. And it's going to go around like that. And sort of do this sort of motion. Fix up these bits. And then let's do the next couple ones. So there's going to be about 1, 2, 3 more layers of sand, which should equal up to a beach, which is about this. And that's okay. The rest we can make into grass and make it nicely flow over each other. Maybe even put in some rocks in between, because that's usually what happens when the water hits it. So when the water hits the last parts of the beach is where rocks kind of form, and then you have a grass field. So let's see, I am going to go a lot smaller for now. Let's go into 5, and we can just kind of curve around this. However, I don't want to go out that far. Let's take this away. A couple clicks, super easy, and that should be fine. Awesome. I guess this is a rock. I don't know who made this. I think Gilly or Fortress made this. And I'm going to leave it there because they made it. And there was probably a reason behind it. So I'm not going to judge too much. Let's sort of follow this pattern too. Make it just a little bit more round and nice. Like that. There we go. And then with a small brush, which sucks, but we can fill this up. And do I change it? Yep. I'm too lazy to wait and do it super slow. So let's do it like this. There we go. Let's go back into the smaller one. Kabam. Let's do the last couple layers. This one is going to go like that. And then outwards too. Let's hit that. Okay, that's okay. And this is going to curve towards the mountain and mix up with that. Now, let's see. Can we fix this up without touching it? Ah, no. That's okay. That's okay. We'll fix that in the next video where we're going to do lots more manual stuff and actually make this little part. And it's going to look awesome with the rocks. And the little porch area over there, it's going to look pretty cool. Now I'm going to fix up this last layer and then that's it for today. There we go. Let's make a nice line. It goes like that. And this can be filled up. Should actually do that all the way. So this is filled up like that. And then let's fix up this last one. Let's take it from there. And let's go around, make a nice little shape. Also in the next video, we'll smooth this out and make it look good because now you can see there's lots of dots still sticking out and it looks kind of bad. But we do have the shape in place, which is okay. There we go. Now we'll also pull back the water once again, take it out here, take away the glass, and then let's make it into a giant ocean, which should not look like poop anymore because this glass is here and these rocks will need to be made, and I can do that too in the next video. We have lots of stuff planned. I'll also smooth this out and make it incorporate into the mountain a little bit more, and it's going to be cool. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you guys enjoy these types of videos. Definitely drop a like rating down below if you did. That would help me out a lot. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care. Bye bye.